Okay, guys, we're going to continue in chapter 10, lesson 4. We're going to find the surface area of a triangular prism. The formula they give us is kind of weird. It's AH plus AW plus BW plus, So, we got to find, essentially, we're going to find the area of both triangles. There's a front and a back. That's your AH. Okay, your AW is the base. All right, so it's the length and the width of the base. Your BW is the back of the this is kind of like a door wedge, right? A door stop. So it's the height, all right. And if we transpose that, that would go back here. So it kind of looks like this, if we look at it 3D. Okay, and then CW would be the where it's sitting on. So we have the front and the back. We have, the CW where the top is, all right, the AW where the bottom is, and then where the back is. So kind of where it is. Those letters are kind of hard to follow. So I'm going to kind of walk you through a little bit differently here. And we're going to go from there. Let's get circled up, though. Surface area of triangular prism. Here we go. All right. So let's do 1 to 7. Okay. In the event to save time, I'm just going to jump right into this lesson. And then, let's do 15 through 20. Okay. All right. And then on the back, we're going to pause on that back there. Okay. So let's just stick to this for now. I'll have to adjust in the Schoology here in a second. Okay. So we're going to try and refer to this formula sheet here as much as we can. So surface area. All right, so let's start with the triangles. We need to find the base and the height of the triangle. Now, what you notice is for the area of the triangle, it's 1/2 the base times the height, but we're going to eliminate the half because there's 2 of them. If you don't understand that, just take 1/2 the base times the height and then double it. But for the triangles, it's going to be 51 times 12 plus, okay? Now, the next thing is we're going to find out the base of it. What's it sitting on? So we need these 2 dimensions, 51 and 5. 51 times 5 plus, okay? Now, let's go ahead and since we're back here, let's take care of this back area right here, okay? So it's 5 and 20. 5 times 20 plus, okay? And then finally, the last piece is this piece. And we're going to transpose that 5 over to here. 5 and 37, right? And then we're going to plug all that into our calculator, right? And let's go. Okay, so 51 times 12 plus 51 times 5 plus 5 times 20 plus 5 times 37 equals 1152. And that is in yards square. Okay, all right, let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 is interesting. It's a little bit different. It's kind of like a tent, isn't it? So let's find the area of our triangles. And that's base and height. And there's 2 of them, so we're not going to take the half. I'm going to do it up here. 1.2 times 0.8 plus. Now let's take care of our base, right? 1.2, 1.2 plus. Now, we have to be careful here. This is an isosceles triangle, okay? So they've made it a little bit easier. So really, I just need to find the area of this rectangle, and then I'm going to double it because they have the same side length. So it's going to be 1 times 1.2, okay? And there's 2 of them. So I'm going to double that number. And now I'm done. So I manipulated that formula just a little bit, just to understand that this is an isosceles triangle. That means 2 sides are equal, right? 1.2 times 0.8 plus 1.2 times 1.2 plus 1 times 1.2 times 2. And there it is. And it says 4 8/10. Okay. And that's centimeters square. Okay. Getting the idea. It's just a lot of work and being organized. That's all this is. All right. Let's slide down to number 3. Let's take care of our triangles. Okay. So the height of the triangle is 1. The base of it is actually 2.4 plus. Let's take care of this side now. It's 1.5 times 2 plus this side. Okay, well, it's actually 1.7, and I'm going to bring that 2 over, plus. And finally, the bottom one, I need this and this, and it's going to be 2 times 2.4. Let's plug it in. It's a lot of work. So we found the front, the back, the bottom, the left, and the right. Think of it that way. 1 times 2.4 plus 1.5 times 2 plus 1.7 times 2 plus 2 times 2.4 equals 13.6. So it's 13 6/10 meters square. Okay. Alrighty. Let's take a peek at number 4. Everyone's just a little bit different, and we have to find it different ways, right? Okay. So let's take care. I always start with my triangles first. Base and height. 10 times 12. And again, we're not taking a half of that because there's 2 of them. Let's take care of this front ramp. 15.6 times 11 plus. Let's take care of the bottom. 11 times 12 plus, and then finally the back. 10, and I need that piece. We're going to transpose that 11 up, and let's plug it in. 10 times 12 plus 15.6 times 11 plus 11 times 12 plus 10 times 11. And that equals 533 and 6/10 centimeters square. So you're getting the idea. It's just a lot of work, and it's just a lot of really just being organized through that. I jumped into this because I thought it was important to really jump into this. And there was a little bit more space on this side. So I hope that made sense. Again, find your area of the triangles first, and then you can kind of just go around the horn on it. Sometimes you can cut a corner if the triangle is isosceles, which means it has 2 sides and 2 angles equal, or if it's an equilateral, it would be all 3. Okay, guys, have a good day. Finish up your homework.